as save shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make some frickin' money. It's time for Puck It with Jo. Happy Friday, everyone. Jo here at SportsGrid. It's time for Puck It with Jo over here on SportsGrid TV. We had a great slate of games yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed those games. The Calgary Flames able to get another win with Wolfie and goal, able to get that win over the New York Rangers. I was so impressed with what we saw out of that game. The Buffalo Sabres, we've seen a couple of teams come out so nice and strong in these matchups yesterday. I was really impressed out there on the ice. Colorado got the win over Washington. Boston, off the fired coach system, did get the win 1-0 over Utah. The New Jersey Devils actually beat the Carolina Hurricanes, something I did not expect us to see out there on the ice. Columbus pulled off the overtime win. So I hope you rode with the home dog in Columbus yesterday, winning a 7-6. Detroit got the win over the Islanders. Vegas got the win over the Sens. Damn, I really want the Sens to get that one done. We saw the St. Louis Blues finish it up versus the San Jose Sharks, winning that one 3-2. And hopefully you guys rode with me with the Chicago Blackhawks getting the win over the Florida Panthers 3-1. You look at those hard schedules of these teams, those letdown spots, always something you have to keep in mind. The Minnesota Wild kept that trend alive, dominating the Edmonton Oilers, getting a 5-3 win. And then again, the Calgary Flames finished it up, getting that 3-2 win. Now tonight, when we look at the matchups, there's only 2 games on deck. So we're going to go over both of these games again. We'll do the recap, the round robin. Harder to do a round robin tonight with only 2 games, but we will get there, you guys. So that will be at the end of the show. I will bookmark it for anyone looking to come back. We're going to kick off today's show talking about the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, the Penguins are a home dog. We got 2 home dogs today, you guys. It is Friday, and you guys know those upsets roll in on a Friday. We didn't see it last week, but I believe we saw it the week before, and I do think we got to look at some dogs today. It could be ugly, but the Pittsburgh Penguins at plus 140 catches my attention so much in this matchup versus the Winnipeg Jets. And I know this Winnipeg Jets team is outstanding this year. I'm really hoping that they don't run out of steam on the season, but that's all I keep thinking. How can this team keep going the way that they are going? Just flying out there on the ice. They're coming off a big win over the Florida Panthers, in which they were able to put up 6 goals, holding the Florida Panthers a 2-3 on their own home ice. We're going to get into their schedule here. I just want to read you the rest of the odds. I think this could be another letdown spot like we saw the Florida Panthers have last night versus the Chicago Blackhawks. So the Pittsburgh Penguins at plus 140. Total is 6.5. It is juice to the under at minus 124. Now, I understand if you're saying, why is this juice to the under and why are we getting a short price on the over? It's because when we look at these matchups between these two, it was a rarity that we saw the last game go over. That was on October 20th when the Winnipeg Jets got a 6-3 win in Manitoba. So there was 9 goals in that game. When we look at when these teams normally match up, we see it trending so highly to that under. 6 straight Jets-Penguins contests in Pittsburgh have gone under the total, and we've seen those trends in Winnipeg as well. So we've already seen that trend broken in Winnipeg. Will it be broken tonight in Pittsburgh? I don't think so. We look at here at the Pittsburgh Penguins, and this team has been struggling defensively and in net. They get up in games, and then they let those leads go. When we look here at them, the Jets have won the last 2 meetings, but we have seen the Pittsburgh Penguins win 7 of the last 10. This has been a team that they normally can play hard against. I am looking for the Penguins at plus 140 to be able to get things done. But I think this is a prime opportunity to live bet and hedge some of your bets out there on the ice. If we take the Pittsburgh Penguins right now at plus 140, this is a team, like I said, that gets up in these games and then gives them away. That last game versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, they got up 2-0, and then guess what? Tampa won in overtime 3-2. So we're seeing the Penguins get up. They're not protecting their lead. They're not locking down strong enough defensively, and offensively, they're not pushing to get those more goals on the board. They're trying to play a game like the Minnesota Wild, but this team cannot play that with how the defense and the goaltending is. So if the Penguins get up fast and they are up by 2 goals, coming in on the Winnipeg Jets plus 1.5, if you're getting plus money, and only if you're getting plus money on that puck line, and then you'll have the Pittsburgh Penguins in your pocket at plus 140 on the money line, and then you'll have hopefully the Winnipeg Jets at plus 1.5 on that puck line. And then hopefully you can cash both of those bets in a 1-goal game. So that is what I'm hoping to do. That's what I'm hoping to see out there on the ice. We've seen 3 of the last 4 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins go to OT because this team has been struggling to hold those leads. If you want to look at this game to go to overtime, I don't blame you. It's coming in at plus 350. There's a couple things I'm really highlighting in this game. Sidney Crosby for the anytime goal. Sid, goal 600. Is on the line tonight. He's going to score on Connor Hellebuyck. We look at that last game and the lack of resistance on defense on both sides of the puck. On their last meeting, we saw the Pittsburgh Penguins put 42 shots on Connor Hellebuyck in that loss, and we saw the Winnipeg Jets put 37 shots in that game. Now, Nedeljkovic is expected here versus the Winnipeg Jets. He's coming in 3-3 on the season with a 3.17 goals against average and an 886 save percentage. He really needs to step up. He's got an 896 save percentage versus the Winnipeg Jets in 2 games he's played them in his career. And we look here at Connor Hellebuyck, and there's no denying he should be the favorite here to win the Vezina Trophy. He's been brilliant this season. He's 13-2 with a 923 save percentage. So versus the Penguins in his career, that goals against average does jump up to a 2.38, but it's still a 928 save percentage. I do think Connor Hellebuyck will stand on his head tonight. This could come down to some high danger shots, that just a little bit of puck luck for the Pittsburgh Penguins. But again, I like to play those lines tonight. It's definitely going to be something I'm looking at. Goal number 600, I said, for Sidney Crosby. He's riding a 4-point a game streak of 4 points. 4 points in the last, you know what I mean. He's had a point in the last 4 games. If I can talk this morning, you guys, maybe not enough coffee here, but Sidney Crosby to get goal 600. We were talking about this a couple games ago, you guys. He was held off the board versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's here. He's at home. Goal number 600 for Sidney Crosby, the value. Plus 180. Now, on the other side, I don't think Winnipeg has the ability to score on the power play here. We look at the Pittsburgh Penguins' strong kill out there for the Pens. The Pens kill coming in at 82.5%. Yes, this is a brilliant power play out there. For the Winnipeg Jets, it's converting at 30.5% of the time. 35.7% of the time. Best in the league. So we've got an elite power play, but I do think the Pittsburgh Penguins, they can't take the penalties. They have to lock down when the Winnipeg Jets get up. So instead of taking Kyle Connor for the power play point tonight, which is what I would do if we had a weaker kill here for the Pittsburgh Penguins, I'll just take him for the anytime goal. Kyle Connor coming in for the anytime goal at plus 115. If this game goes to overtime, live betting the Winnipeg Jets in overtime makes sense, you guys. They are 3-0 so far in overtime games this season. They know how to close these games out. The Pittsburgh Penguins, like I said, this team has been getting these games to OT, but it's just a team that, well, they're off that loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime. They get up in these games. They can't hold the leads. Their defense crumbles and they lose in OT. So it would be a live bet on the Winnipeg Jets. I think this is a great game to watch live bet these numbers. Look at the Pittsburgh Penguins to start. Look at Sid for the goal to start. Look at Kyle Connor for the goal to start. And then come live bet the Winnipeg Jets if the Pittsburgh Penguins go up 2-0. And that point, plus 1.5 on the Winnipeg Jets, as long as it's plus money. Hedge your bet there. The under, though. I'm taking this one to the under. I know it's terrifying in a Winnipeg Jets game, especially against a weak defense here, like the Pittsburgh Penguins, but the under 6.5 minus 124. Let's look at the next game, you guys. One more game on deck. We have the Buffalo Sabres taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Now, let me just pull up all the odds here. On FanDuel, the Buffalo Sabres rolling in as the favorite. I told you 2 home dogs today are the Ducks quacking. They're plus 128 on the money line for the Anaheim Ducks. The Buffalo Sabres at minus 154. Total of 6.5. plus 106 to the over. We've got juice again to the under 6.5. With the goaltending that we've seen on both sides of the puck here, I do think the under is in play. You look at Lankaken, he's coming in a 7.41 on the season with a 2.61 goals against average and a 909 save percentage here for the Buffalo Sabres. Dostal, he's been keeping the Ducks in games here. He's got a 2.69 goals against average, a 924 save percentage. I think Dostal and Lankaken, this is a battle. Goaltending battle of two not so great teams out there on the ice. Now, I like the Buffalo Sabres. Tage Thompson and Greenway are both on the day-to-day injured list. Will we get Tage Thompson back? He could be the difference makers here for the Buffalo Sabres. The thing is, I don't want to lay that price on the Buffalo Sabres. We have two young, vibrant clubs out here who look to put on a show each and every night. We know Troy Terry and Leo Carlsson have been lights out here. For the Anaheim Ducks, they have been difference makers. Troy Terry, 6 goals and 6 assists. Leo Carlsson, 6 goals, 4 assists. We've got Ryan Strome as well, playing nice and solid, 6 assists, 4 goals on the season. Alex Tuch really needs a big oomph of a step up here, especially if Tage Thompson doesn't hit the ice tonight. If Tage Thompson doesn't hit the ice, I am looking for Alex Tuch to light the lamp. He's coming in at plus 180 for anytime goal. He's got 18 points on the season. So 13 of those are assists. Only 5 of those are goals. But without Tage Thompson, I do think we can see him light the lamp. Now, Jason Zucker, another long shot bet here for the anytime goal. He's coming in at plus 260. Again, I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. So it's hard to take a lot of players here to be able to get those goals on the board. You can look at shots on goal tonight. I do think those shots are raining in on both sides. Both of these teams average right around 27.5 shots on goal per game. We do see the Ducks giving up the majority of the shots. They're allowing 34.1 shots on goal. So if you want to look at the Sabres here, because I do think Dostal will stand on his head, looking at the Sabres players here for their shots on goal, 3+ shots on goal for anyone in their lineup. It should come in tonight, especially on those higher up players like Alex Tuch, Jason Zucker. I would look at them for their shots. Now, if you want to look here at the Ducks for their shots tonight, you can for sure, because we do see the Sabres allowing 29.1 shots on goal per game. Neither of these teams normally record a lot of shots, but versus each other, I think that defensive resistance just won't be there. They will be able to control each other's zones and be able to get those shots on goal. So we look at the Ducks, their PK is terrible. They don't take a lot of penalties, though. So the power play here for the Sabres, it's only converting at 18.6%. Weak kill, but again, at 68.7%, the second worst in the league here for the Ducks. I don't think the Sabres will get enough opportunities to take those power play points tonight, so I wouldn't look at that. You also look at the Sabres here. What are they coming off and what are they looking ahead to? Now, the Sabres here are on their first night of a back-to-back. They will play the Sharks tomorrow to end this 4-game road trip. They are coming off an absolutely brutal game that they won 1-0 over the Sharks. That was a hard-hitting physical game out there. They got that goal in the third period. It was never an easy game for them out there. So they're coming off a big win. Now they're facing a Ducks team. And yes, the Buffalo Sabres need every single win they can get. Lankaken in that last game got the shutout. He stopped all 23 shots the Kings put on net. But when we look at Buffalo in that game, they only put up, it was like 17 or 18 shots and scoring that one goal. In this game, I do think Buffalo opens up more with those shots. They faced a Kings defense that is strong at really limiting their opponent's ability to get those shots. So I'm still not worried about those shots on goal, but I am worried about the Sabres getting the win. Home dog, I told you I'm liking both home dogs tonight. The Ducks, plus 128 on the money line. Now, if you think the Ducks can go up in the first period, the Ducks in the first period, 3-way. So the 3-way bet for the Ducks, it means you can't get the push. You are looking for the Ducks to win it. If they push, if it's a 1-1 first period, you lose your bet. But it's coming in at plus 230. I expect the Ducks to score in the first period. And I'm not sure if the Buffalo Sabres do on Dostal here. So I'm looking at the Ducks. Even if this is 0-0, you're going to lose your bet. On the 3-way bet, it's plus 230. You can just look at the Ducks on the money line in the first period. And then if you get the push, then you get your money back. That's coming in at plus 116. I will take a half a unit on the plus 230, and I will take a half a unit on the plus 116 on the money line. And then I'm going to take the Ducks for the full game. So yes, the Ducks are getting a lot of my money tonight, but that is where I'm going. I do think Rasmus Dahlin you can look at here for the Sabres as well to come out nice and strong. So that is where I'm going. You guys, that's been 15 minutes. Let's do the recap, and then I will send you on your day. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here today on Pocket with Jo. Only 2 games slate, but plenty of opportunities to make some money. And remember, on a Friday, anything can freaking happen out there on the ice. You never know which way things are going to go. I love the plus money on a Friday and the home dogs. All of these teams really do circle their Saturday schedule. When you look here, let's do the recap. The Winnipeg Jets versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Winnipeg Jets do have a central divisional opponent on deck with the Nashville Predators today. The Winnipeg Jets also have had a hard schedule. They had 3 games on the road: Rangers, Lightnings, Panthers. 1 game at home versus the Panthers, able to get that 6-3 win. Now they face the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then tomorrow the Nashville Predators. Then they have the Wild, the Kings, and Vegas on deck. Hard schedule, letdown spot. Again, we saw it last night with the Florida Panthers getting the letdown spot versus the Chicago Blackhawks. I think this is Winnipeg's letdown spot tonight. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 140 for the full game. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line in the first period. That's coming in at plus 120. But again, you guys, live betting opportunity if the Penguins go up 2-0. We've seen them let these games go in the past. If you can get the Winnipeg Jets plus 1.5 at plus money, that will be a live bet that I am waiting to put in tonight so that I'm hedging my bets, but only if we're getting plus money. I'm going to look at Sid Crosby for the anytime goal. This will be goal number 600. That's coming in at plus 180. Kyle Connor on the other side for the anytime goal at plus 115. I will stay off this total, but I do lean for this one to go under that total. 6 straight games in Pittsburgh have stayed under the total. It was odd that the last matchup between these two did go over. I'm looking for goaltending to really step up. We saw goaltenders play strong games last time, even though this was a 6-3 matchup the last time these teams played. We did see a ton of shots on goal. When we look at the Buffalo Sabres versus the Anaheim Ducks, you guys, I think the Ducks are quacking. I will grab the Ducks on the money line for the full game. I'm going to do the 3-way bet in the first period. That means if it is a tied up game in that first period anyway, we will lose our bet. But I think the Ducks get up in that first period. A 3-way money line at plus 230. I'm also going to look at the money line for the Ducks in the first period at plus 116. I will put a half a bet on each of those. For player props, Rasmus Dahlin, I'm looking for points. I'm looking for Jason Zucker to be able to get a goal in this one. He's coming in at plus 260. Alex Tuch at plus 180, but I do think this is a lower scoring battle out there, so hard to take a lot of goals in this one. So those are both for the Sabres. If you're looking here for the Ducks, the team that I think is going to win, I would look at Alex Tuch and Leo Carlsson. I would look at points tonight. I think you can take Troy Terry, Leo Carlsson, and Dylan Strome. Sorry, I said Tuch before. Take all 3 of those guys for a point tonight for the Ducks, and then look at Zucker and Alex Tuch and Rasmus Dahlin for a point for the Buffalo Sabres. But the Ducks are quacking. The Penguins are what noise do the Penguins make, you guys? What noise does a penguin make? That is my question of the day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. My Madden Quickie in college football will be up tomorrow, so make sure you check that out on the SportsGrid app. And let's have a day, you guys. All the best in all of your bets. We'll see you tomorrow at noon Eastern.